So, a very good afternoon and welcome for the second match of the day of the Jfsc Corporate League match between Sony and Hsbc. Sony have won the toss and chosen to bat. Rahul on the strike, Dipesh on the non-strikers end. The openers are ready and Anurag has been given the responsibility to start the bowling attack. Of course, the first 6 overs will be a power play of this T20 game and we have a small drinks break after the 10 overs, which is the end of the first phase of the first innings. So, about to go underway. Here we go. Anurag to Rahul, straight edge into the slip, right of the bat, and nothing. So, that's a single of the first ball. Opens their locker straight away. So, Dipesh now on strike. Good ball by Anurag. It's in the air now this time. Can someone get underneath it? That's the question, and it falls between the two fielders there. Lucky break for Dipesh. It's going to be sent back, and I think that's going to be another single. Or managed to take 2 runs there. So, Dipesh, lucky break, gets a lifeline. Sometimes the body's not warmed up, the fielders are not completely in the set positions when the match just gets underway. An opening lucky break for Dipesh and gets 2 runs to that. So he has to make sure he makes the most of this lifeline that he's received now. Another single. This time, just defending, not taking too many risks there. Rahul on strike. So a fairly uneventful first over so far. Apart from that catch opportunity straight at long off. Well, so Rahul 1 of 2, Dipesh 3 runs of 2 balls. Rahul on strike. The real question is we've seen a match here already where 200 was set as the first target and 180 of it were chased. So, the pitch is fairly favorable if you manage to make the most of the power play. On average, I think somewhere between 50 to 70 runs is a respectful score in the power play. That is what Sony should be attempting. The question is, are the batters up for it? 4 runs of the first over so far. Anurag to Rahul. Dot balls and once more this time going for a single. We're gonna get there in time. So 5 runs off the first over. It's five without loss. So now the second over, the responsibility's gone to Vivek. Fast bowler, of course, going for the similar option. Good first over from Anurag, just 5 runs. And now Vivek this time, way off his line that time. The wicketkeeper just protects that thing, making sure that there's no extra runs apart from the wide that is already going to be the ball that was delivered. So 1 run in the over so far because of the extra. That's the wide. This time, good shot. That's going for 4. That's going to go for 4. That's a very good shot. Found the gap there between cover and deep point, and 4 all the way to deep extra cover. Very well. So now this is the over. Maybe start accelerating a little. 4 already, wide and a 4. Let's see if there are a few more boundaries in store for this over. This time trying a similar attempt there, Rahul. Going for a similar shot. This time more of a cover drive, that is. Misses it. It's going to be a dot ball. Now trying to find the gap there, but the third man is there. So a few dots now after the 4. That's good recovery from Vivek. This time trying to play it on the leg side towards mid wicket. And I think they should get a single there. Yes, they have. So 6 runs in the over so far. 1 ball to go. Dipesh now on strike. Both the batters just settling in a little here, not going for the bazooka shots straight out from the gate. Probably just taking a little easy, settling in, taking some time to build momentum, and then probably unleash a little. This time he maybe found the gap. Yes, he has, and that should run away for 4. Yes, it does. Well, Dipesh on the final ball of the over once again. That's 4 more runs. So 10 runs come from this over, more like a power play, and 15 no loss after 2 overs. Anurag now back in the attack. This time, good shot towards deep cover. That's going to get another 4 runs now. So, Anurag back in the attack for his second over. Good first over, only 5 runs conceded off it. Now, I think a little bit of momentum is being picked up by the opening batters of Team Sony. probably better at finding the gaps, getting used to the ball, where it's swinging, where it's landing, judging the movement of a ball a little. That is important as a batter. You need to get your eyes accustomed to the way the ball is moving on the pitch. Well, so a 4 to start could add some pressure on the bowler there. We'll see. Oh, that's a good ball. That's a cutter and that's a good ball. Try to just slice that one. Could have just easily lost his wicket there. So, good recovery from Anurag. It's good cat and mouse chase this one, almost like the batter and bowler playing chess. You have a ball in a certain position that gets hit for the four, you come back with a different kind of ball. Now you challenge the batter once again. What are you going to do? How are you going to respond to this? The changes that I've made in my position, in the bowling action, in the swing. Now, once again, Anurag, this time stepping forward to it. That is the answer that he has. He steps to it and slices it right underneath the fielder there for another four. So, just as we say, it's back and forth. Interesting to see what the next ball brings us now. We've seen a couple of fours. This time, just stepping to it, you can see slower delivery and just a single. So that is the response. Anurag now once again, this time again towards the offside. There's a fielder there. The fielder at point, making sure that there's swift throw back to the wicketkeeper. Good throw there. The shouts of probably hoping for a direct throw. So that's the end of 3 overs. At the end of three, halfway to the power play, it's 25 for no loss. So we start with Vivek once again, and straight off the bat, there is another four. So the patient Rahul settling in nicely now. So just a little bit of conversation around the field set. So Vivek now back in the attack. We resume play once again. Dipesh and Rahul still at the crease. 29 for no loss is the score for now. Power play target close to 50, I'm sure, especially after the acceleration they've shown in the last two overs. Going close to 8, 10. There's a cut there. Well, there's a fielder all the way, short third man. So 4 on the first ball, and then a couple of dot balls. Good, good delivery so far by Vivek. Good start to the power play for the bowling side. Lost their way a little in the middle, but now looking to recover once again. Hsbc, the fielder there misses it. Can the other fielder cover it? Yes, he can. So three fielders attempt it. One of them does manage to stop it, and well, that boundary is going to be limited to a single run. 3 runs saved for the team. Good shot there. Played a flatter shot this time, more square, going towards extra cover. And well, that will be a dot ball. Good ball. Oh, that was close. Well, that was a fizzer. That almost caught the batter there. So that is at the end of the over. 15 runs in 2 overs conceded by Wake. 30 runs at the end of 4. So run rates dropping slightly. Still, the aim of the power play, I'm sure, would be to look at something above 50. So Pramod now, the new bowler in the attack, given the responsibility for his first over in this power play. Dipesh and Rahul getting more and more settled on the crease. You can see that. So now, I'm sure the bowlers have their mindset on probably breaking this partnership first. More than runs, it's about breaking the partnership because they can see the partnership forming between them. 30 runs between them. Just one extra so far. So all of them scored by the two batters. And well, the batters, I'm sure, want a couple of more sixes, four, something like that, straight down the line. That is going to go, but there's going to be a fielder that long off. It's only going to be a single, but that was a good shot. That was a good cricketing shot. That's in the air, and that is going to clear the fence now this time. Played brilliantly towards leg side, found the gap there near deep mid wicket, and that's going to get him the 4 runs. That's a good shot. See the power behind it. So Pramod now 4-1-1, 6 runs conceded so far. 6 runs given in this over. 36-0. Oh, that's a swing and a miss. Tried to place it straight down the line, that one, or maybe just open the face of the bat. That's a good ball. It's a good ball along the off. Pramod in the attack once again. This time it's in the air. Well, who's getting underneath it? There is an opportunity to grab that, and he does. Well, there it is. That's what we were speaking about. The opportunity to break up this partnership will arise, and this time Dipesh is the one who's gone for 18 in 11 balls. Good opening stint so far. Maybe would have wanted to extend it a little bit further, but the catch has been taken brilliantly, didn't let the sun get in his eye, made sure he grabbed that and made it stick. So we've lost the first wicket here, Sony, and it's 36 for 1 in the fifth over. So Pramod now back in the attack, one ball to go. He's got that important wicket, which was to break the partnership. Vishal, the new batter on strike, starts with 2 runs, gets his blocker open, and pulls out 2 runs off the first ball. So that's gonna be it for the over. So 38 for 1 after 5 overs. So now Pranav in the attack. First over for him, and well, he struck immediately. Has he? That's the question. Has he? The bowler seemed confident. The wicket keeper seemed confident as well, but maybe it was just wishful thinking. Well, that was almost something there, and that would have created some real tension in the locker room of Sony team because that would be the other opener, the other set batter who would be dismissed. So Rahul, who's still at the crease, Vishal, of course, is the new batter. Rahul probably has to take the onus, or would want to take the onus rather, to see out a few more overs, cement his place a little bit, get a little bit more settled, and have Vishal then take some opportunities to score. And well, half a run there, maybe one full run, and there was slight fear of a direct run out, maybe. So, singles and twos so far. The last over of the power play, of course, the responsibility given to Praveen, to Pranav, 40 coming on the board. Anything above 50 looks difficult as of now, and that would be a okay, decent power play. It's up in the air now. Where will it go? It's gonna go for six. Well, just as we say that, maybe, maybe, just maybe Vishal has other plans because that takes them to 45. We're speaking about something close to 55, 60 being a decent, a very, very good power play score. Anything 50s, in the range of 50s would be a good power play score. Anything 60 and above would be amazing. Now, 50 plus looked a little difficult because boundaries were a little fleeting over the past few overs. But now, Vishal, maybe he can find an opening or two this time once again. Now, are they going to come for two? Looks like it. Yes, they are. And they're going to make it safely. So, Vishal, a six and 2 runs. Getting himself up to pace already. So, a single and more to end the over. 10 runs from the first over for Pranav, and so that itself ends the power play. 48 for 1 at the end of 6 overs, at the end of power play. Decent score, good platform to build on. Could have maybe wanted a little bit more, but I'm thinking they're going to be happy, especially after losing the first wicket. And that's a big hit, and well, catch was the call as Pramod starts his second over, just the first over after the power play. But there was no catching that. That flew right off the handle, and with pace and venom, clears the fence there. That's a six. That is what you call a maximum. Another good shot. Now Vishal, maybe he's found the boundary once again. Yes, he has. Very, very good shot towards deep cover, and he gets another boundary. Now, once again, this time again, he goes to the other side. It's going to be a four. So, 6 for 4. Maybe, just maybe, Vishal did not want to score those runs in the power play. He was waiting for the power play to end and says, hey, I can do it with all the fielders outside. I know where the gaps are. And he has started unleashing himself now. So 6 for 4 takes them all the way up to 62. Suddenly the run rate is up. And now, again down the line, where is it going to go? It's going to go for a maximum once again. So 20 of this over already. Pramod was not expecting that. Just 8 runs of his first over, and he's conceded 20 already. 2 more balls to go. Vishal up to 31 in 8 balls. We saw similar performances from Sanchit and, of course, Ramesh in the previous match before this. So we've been seeing high packed, high action games all day. That's why you should always tune in. But Vishal is no less. 31 from 8. Wow. That is a master blaster performance. Does he have more in the tank? Pramod now just dreading where should he ball? Where should he put it? Here it's in the air. I think there's someone underneath it. No, there isn't. There's a gap there. It's going to roll for 4. Is it? Did it? That's the question. Stepped on the boundary there. Maybe, just maybe, stopped it in time. Well, Vishal wanted that 4. It was evident. That gets him back on strike. So he's played the entire over. 30 runs now. 70 on the board. One more ball to go for the end of the 7th over. Vishal facing Pramod in the slot this time, and well, he would have wanted to put that one away, I'm sure. But a good ball, kept it a little low, kept it a little slow as well, and that ends the 7th over, 70 for 1 at the end of 7 overs. So Pranav now, the bowler back in the attack. 10 runs of the first ball. Wide is the indication from the umpire for this one. 10 runs of the first over for Pranav. Rahul now on strike, 18 from 20. Decent, settled innings, won't deny that. But of course, once you saw the way Vishal played the last over, 33 of 10, again a 330 strike rate, massive. Now, Pranav to Rahul. Sony versus HSBC. You're watching live. Jfsc Corporate League. Just a single there. That brings Vishal back on strike. And Vishal underway. There's a fielder there. And well, he's taken the wicket. There is the breakthrough that they wanted once again. Pranav, simple ball, just teasing Vishal a little. He goes long, he goes down the line. He thinks he'll clear the fence there, tries to go big, but there's a fielder there on long on. And Vishal, an excellent inning comes to an end. 33 from 10. He has provided a massive contribution already. And now we're going to have a new batter take the crease again. So out comes Tanmay, the new batter on strike now, facing Pranav. First ball for Tanmay. Pranav just taken an important wicket. Tanmay finding the gap there, I think. Will it roll? Yes, first for right off the bat there for Tanmay. Finds the gap. No third man there. Catch four. So the strike rate keeps up. It's more than 10 and over. Is that the strategy that Sony are going for? Maybe Rahul could just anchor the innings and the new batter keeps accelerating. It was Vishal first. Will it be Tanmay next? That is the question we will soon find an answer to. Run of three balls to go. Just defends there, taking the safe route, defending that one. Defends once again now. Takes a single. That gets Rahul on strike. Now, the interesting point is how is Rahul going to play out the innings over the next few overs because he has two choices now. Either he's the one who starts going to big ones or he's still going to play the safer, composed anchor role. Well, currently seems like a safer route, and that brings the over to an end 77 for 2 at the end of 8 overs. So Himanshu is the new bowler entering the four, and just as he comes in, good spin. They take an option of spin, but Tanmay going for the shot that he prefers, seeing that there's no fine leg, just sweeping it down and going all the way behind for 4 runs. So the 80 mark comes up now. Tanmay, two fours already, a single and a dot ball. He's trying to sweep once again, similar, but this time there's a fielder who might just reach there. Four more. So again, no fine leg, no fielder there to cover it up in time. Uses it once again, just plays that sweep. So four more for Tanmay. First time was so nice, he had to do it twice. I'm sure there's going to be a fielder tracking something now towards that end. They can't leave that option open for Tanmay. But now the question is, what is the approach to the delivery? Where do you send that delivery? You know he's going to hit on the leg, and you send towards the off. 1 run is the ask. Yes, they will get one. Reach there just in time. That's up in the air now. That's hit large. Can it go all the way? Yes, it does. That's a six. He's found the gap there. He's pushed it out of the fence, and that's a big six for Rahul. So both Rahul and Tanmay taking a little bit of extra onus here, just trying to accelerate and taking the team all the way to 92 now. So 100 in 10 overs, probably doable. That would be the target. That gets them similarly close to 200, which was the score in the previous game set by the team that batted first. Looks to be around the corner. Left it for a wide, I think, but it was not that. So 4, 4, 1, 6, and a dot ball. 15 of the over so far for Himanshu. One ball to go. Rahul facing off. That was looking to go wide, and he plays it right in the end, probably because he saw what happened on the previous ball. That's going to be a single. So 16 from the over, 93 for 2 at the end of 9 overs. One more over to go to reach the 10th over mark, which would be the mini drinks break. So we're here for the 10th over. Pranav has been given the responsibility yet again, this time. For the third over, he's taken an important wicket, given only 17 runs. Now, what does Pranav have in store? That's a good ball. That's a good ball just above the stumps. Very difficult to play. To play it early, or it just takes you by surprise. Pranav facing Rahul now, this time slower option. Defended, just going for a single. Just punched it slightly towards mid wicket, you can see that, and took a quick single. Try to sweep it this time. Oh well. Looked to be going a little wide. Made the contact after all. Tried to sweep it again to fine leg, one would assume. He's played that shot a couple of times already, hasn't he, Tanmay? Seems to be a little proficient in it. Good run rate as well, 14 from 7. That's gone behind once again, and that's going to be another 4. So 98 comes up, just 2 runs shy now of the 100 mark. 2 balls to go. Need 2 runs to reach 100, the 100 figure in 10 overs. Who's going to come on top? Pranav with a wicket, or Tanmay or Rahul with a couple more runs to reach the 100 mark? Just hit it straight to the fielder, the bowler there. That's another dot ball. Good over so far by Pranav. Dot, 1, dot, 4 and a dot. Apart from the 4, which just went all the way very fine. It's been a very good over. Not allowed a lot of singles or doubles. Just 1 ball to go. Cut it slightly. I think single's gonna be the ask. Are they gonna go for single? Are they gonna go for two? It's gonna be one. So 99 for two reads the score at the end of 10 overs. That's the halfway mark. 10 more overs to go after the small drinks break. Don't go anywhere, but this is curing up to be an exciting total in the making. So we're underway for the second phase of the last 10 overs of this innings, and immediately there's a four. So the 100 figure is finally crossed. 103 on the board now. Tanmay 21 of 11. Rahul 27 of 21. Tanmay similar to how we saw Vishal earlier, just accelerating at the right times, finding the gap, and we can see the approach here. One person anchoring the innings, the other going after the bowlers. Once again, hitting the gap. Can the fielder get there? Can he get there in time? No, he can't. Yes, he can. So, yes, no, yes, no. The fielder gets there. They're running for the runs. Two on the board. Took an extra one off there. Three. So, it's just a difference of one run. They're on the full toss now. Going down the line towards long on. Two runs once again. That is quick running. That is very good running indeed. That gets them two more runs. So active effort now, driving up the run rate bit by bit. Nine runs of this over from Vishal and another single. So 10 from the over already. Now, one ball to go. 109 for two. Well, that's a good ball. Stayed low. Could not really pick up. Could not do much about it. That's a good ball. And that's going to be that. So 109 for two at the end of 11 overs. Abhijit now, the new bowler in attack, and straight away there's a single. So they're opting for spin once again. Again, I think it's probably going to be best to focus on breaking the partnership here. 30 already of 29 for Rahul, 26 of 14 for Tanmay. That's hit hard, and maybe that's going to find the boundary once again. Yes, it can. And yes, it does. Hit brilliantly once again. That's going to be another four. Some spectators from above as well watching the match unfold. And well, everyone loves cricket, don't they? So a single and two fours. So Tanmay up to 34. Similar. So 13 from the over so far. First over for Abhijit. Couple of good deliveries, but hit around the ground for fours as well. Final delivery. They're already up to 122. Setting up a good score now. Dot ball to end the over. So the final ball of the 13th over now. We're up to 125. Just try to sweep it there. And maybe that'll run away all the way behind for four runs. Yes, it does. The fielder not there at fine leg. That's going to be another four. So 129 at the end of 13 overs. This is turning out to be a very good score. They're consistently batting at an average of 10 runs an over. And now 200 can possibly be in sight, especially with Tanmay around. 43 of just 23 balls for Tanmay. And the anchoring innings of Rahul, 33 from 32. Another good shot, just cuts it square and straight. Good square cut that takes them for four more runs. So 133 to 2 now. Rahul at 37, Tanmay at 43. This partnership is what the bowling side needs to break, just like they did before with Rahul and Vishal. They need to consistently keep taking wickets because if the batters are settled like they are right now, they suddenly have the confidence to play those shots which will get them the higher runs. Look at that once again. This time close. That was close. So that's the kind of ball. Pranav, of course, he's taken a wicket already, knows how to get the job done. The real question is, can he take one now when his team needs it? Because he's up to 3.3. This is going to be the end of his spell. Just three balls left. So a couple of good fours in this over as well. The runs are racking up. Tanmay on 47, Rahul 38. So that is the end of Pranav's spell. 4 overs, 32 runs given, and a single wicket. Those are his figures. 14 overs up, 6 to go. Vishal now, 2 overs done. The second over a little bit more expensive than the first. He's back in the attack, probably just trying to disrupt the rhythm of these two set batters a little, tempt them maybe, and get a wicket, get a lucky break, something. They need something, the bowling side here, to make a difference. Because it's just 2 wickets and it's already 140. They're on track to rack up 200 runs. Tanmay now on 47. Heads it down, and there's an opportunity, and he's dropped it. Well, that was a chance. That was the chance you need. That Tanmay just sliced it. I think it took bounce regardless. But Tanmay now knows he's got half a lifeline with him and probably will play accordingly. I'm not sure he cares. I think he's gonna go for the big ones regardless. He's been blasting off ever since he arrived on the crease. 47 of 27. Brilliant innings so far. And cuts it this time. He's found the gap. And that's going to be four more. So the 50 comes up for Tanmay. A well deserved, well played 50. Look at that. Square cut once again. Finds the gap. The fielder could not stop there in time. And that's going to be four more. So 140 pushed forward for the Sony team. And 50 for Tanmay. Rahul still in the 39s, 40s. He'll be eyeing that 50 as well, I'm sure. Tanmay 51 in just 28 balls. A strike rate of over 170. That's an appeal, and right there, he's got his man. Finally, he got his 50, and then he said, "Enough is enough." The breakthrough is here. Bishal spin caught Tanmay by surprise. That's a clear leg before wicket. You can see that just spins in, hits the back leg, and the umpire raises the finger. Tanmay has to go back to the dugout. A brilliantly played innings by Tanmay. Players congratulating him, but also the breakthrough that Hsbc needed. Rahul still outlasting everyone. It's 143 for 3. The new batter now committed the crease. Just one ball before the over ends. Hits it full toss now. That's going to be a single. So 144 for 3 at the end of 15 overs. We're at the cusp of the death overs. Sahil, the new batter. Rahul, of course, the settled, experienced batter anchoring the innings for everyone so far. Is he going to give the same message to Sahil? You go on, I am here. 144 for 3 after 15. 5 more overs. Are they going to target 200? Looks like they are. Are they going to get there? Well, they can. Will they? Is the question that we need an answer to. Josh now, the new bowler taking charge. First over for him and immediately impacting in the death overs. Left hand spin, you can see, difficult to read there for Sahil. So wide off the first ball, but a good dot ball to follow that. Josh now, Josh to Sahil, new bowler to new batter. Try to find the gap again, just single or maybe more. Well, they get two very comfortably there. Ball going all the way to deep cover, no boundary, but 2 runs. Defense there, well, plays it a little safe there, Sahil. He's faced all the balls so far from Josh, the completely unknown new bowler, and it's 6 runs so far. 150 comes up, so the 150 mark has been breached for Team Sony. Appreciation from the dugout as well, you can see. But now, what is the next target? 175, 180, 200 even? Josh bowling 2. That's in the air. Well, that's it hard. That's in the air, and well, where will it go? There's a fielder converging on it. Just keeps it simple and a single. So another single. Two is the call, and they get there in time. So two more runs to the scoreboard now. Two is the call once again, and they get there in time with two more runs. So quick running, very good running between sticks. They're getting those twos in. That's a dot ball. So slowing down a little in the last 2 overs, not getting the boundaries as frequently. That happens when you've lost your set batter who's going for those large ones, and of course a new batter and the other one who's anchoring. Rahul at 43 now, just 7 shy from a half century. Is he gonna find the boundary here? Yes, he does. Well, he does find the boundary. That's a good shot. You can see that. Sees the opening, just slices it towards deep cover, and that gets him another four. So 157 is up now. Just one ball left in this over. Rahul on 47 as well. Needs a four to reach his half century. But more importantly, his team runs should count more. And well, that is a hit and a miss. A swing does not get the right connection, and that's going to be that for this over. So 17 overs up, 157 for 3, and Sahil is now going to be on strike. So 18th, 19th, and 20th, 3 overs left, 160 almost at the board. 200 seems a little difficult now, not impossible, a little slow in the last few overs, but still the scoreboard is very, very good. 158, Rahul 47, 43, Sahil 6 runs. Josh is given the opportunity and now it's hit up in the air. It's going to go all the way and almost on the camera. Well, you can see that. What a six, what a shot, and well, cameraman just avoiding that in the end. Four on the board, going for the big one once again, might be a little short there. But no, he reaches the boundary, crosses the fence, out of the park once again. Back to back sixes, was a little wide, but he used his own power to drag that shot away for another six. That's 12 runs already. Good first over from Josh. Now, a couple of sixes which he would not want to concede. Well, it is the 10th overs after all. 170 comes up. 59 for Rahul. His 50 comes up as well. So, two players with the 50 mark breached. Rahul 47 hit a 6 and another 6. 50 comes up and 170 for the team. Good shot once again. Can the fielder get there? Yes, he can. That's good fielding in the deep. Fielder from deep cover coming towards long off. That's in the air. Well, is an opportunity. The fielder not able to save that at that time. Fielder at long off had the time to just get in the way of the ball, but seemed to be a little bit too fast for him, the pace, and gets them another four. Steps out to it. You can see the confidence with Rahul now. Four more. So 175 now up. This has been an expensive over. This has been, and now have they got their man? No, there's a shout, but nothing more than that. That is the end of the over. 175 for 3 at the end of 18 overs. So the last 2 overs now. The real question is who gets the responsibility? Well, Anurag gets the responsibility for the second last over, the penultimate over actually, 19th over. 175 on the board already, 200 in sights for Team Sony. Now, that would be their target, I'm sure. The target for Team HSBC is probably to restrict them for another 10, 15 runs at max. Can they do that? That's the question. Anurag now. Two good overs as of now. Good ball once again. There's a gap, maybe the fielders there converging from all the way from deep extra cover, and that's a good throw. Very good throw. There's an appeal there. So, well, that appeal goes through, and that is a run out. Well, that was a great throw. You can see that the celebrations, that is exactly what they wanted. They wanted to break the partnership, they want to create wickets, and that is a great run out, and they have taken out the danger man Rahul there. See, he just strikes it, goes for a single. Look at that. Good throw. Rapid throw directly in the hands of the wicket keeper who can quickly just get that wicket, and that is great wicket keeping, good fielding, and Rahul has been dismissed for 60 runs. A great innings, a standout innings from Rahul comes to an end, and now the batters still at the crease need to make the most of the next 2 overs. We still have a lot of balls yet to play. 11 more balls, and Rahul has been dismissed. We've lost Vishal, we've lost Rahul, we've lost a few more. It's 4 wickets already. And he's got another man. He's got him straight away. The other said batsman, Sahil, now dismissed as well. So back to back, and he's on a hat trick. Team hat trick, rather. Played on, actually, if you see. Hit his leg and came in. Team hat trick, if you say so, because of course one of it was a run out. 2 wickets back to back, and the 200 mark is seeming a little more further away than it was 2 balls away, 2 balls ago. So 176 for 5. No runs in the over as of yet. 2 wickets as well. So Anurag has done the job. He has been on the mark. He has been on the money. He has created the difference that they needed. A run out and a wicket. Anurag goes yet again. It's a good ball. Defends it well. Single is the ask. They're gonna go for two. Looks like a no. And that seems to be the wiser choice. Anurag back in motion this time. That's in the air. Well, catch it is the call. Is he gonna take that? Well, that was difficult and it's down. But he's made sure that there was no boundary there. All towards deep extra cover, you can see a little out of control there. The fielder from deep extra cover coming all the way, trying to grab that. He almost did, and then just spilled out of his hands. Unlucky there. Anurag once again, this time, good defense. So, a couple of singles in this over. But more than that, it has been an outstanding over for Anurag. Three dot balls, two of them wickets, and just singles. Shrey now. Is he going to go for a big one? Just defends that. And what an over. What a 19th over to bowl where you just give 2 runs away. Just 2 runs, and it's at 178. Awake now, the one with the responsibility of the final over. He wants to make it count. He wants to make it as least expensive as he can. Udyan and Shrey, two very fresh batters at the crease. They haven't gotten time to settle down yet. They haven't gotten the time to pick up the rhythm of the pitch, the way the balls are coming on to the bat. None of that. And they want to, or they have to, go big. Because all of these runs matter towards the end of run chase. And they want to set the maximum target that they can. But with that, he gets his man there. Just as that was said, great ball, bamboozled him a little, found the gap, and with that, he's got his man, and that is another wicket. This is exactly what the batting team did not want, and that is exactly what the bowling team did. Brilliant 2 last overs. They started on 174, 176 rather, when there were 12 balls to go, and it's only been 2 more runs. And just 5 more balls to go, 7 balls, 2 runs. 4 balls to go. Srinivas now, the new batter on the crease. Shrey just onlooking from the other side. Both of them desperate to get some runs in. 180, 85, 90, whatever they can. 190 seems out of the picture right now. 200 probably in a faraway fairyland. 180 plus would be the first aim. With that, they go for that single. 179 comes up. Three balls left. Vivek, very good on the money, and once again goes for the biggie. Vivek knows what the batters are going for, just keeps it on target, keeps it on the stumps, and gets another wicket. Bowl them once again. 179. The last 2 overs have really been a sticking point now for Team Sony. I know they're going for the big swing, but they're giving the wickets away far too cheaply. Vivek says, thank you so much. That helps his numbers, his economy, his figures, all of that, and most importantly, his team. So, dot ball, wicket, single, wicket. This has been the 20th over and the 19th over. Wicket, wicket, dot ball, single, dot ball. That's how it went. Four wickets just in the last 2 overs, which are not even completed yet. Two more balls to go. Vivek, does he have something else in his magic hat? Cut it slightly towards point, and that's going to give them a single. So 180 comes up. Very, very good score. No denying on the score at all. It's a very good score. It's a very competitive, defendable score. But they know they could have easily been 10 or 20 runs over, especially with the opportunities that they had and how they've given the wickets away over the last few overs. Try to swing that one. That goes all the way behind. That's going to roll through maybe. Yes, luck favors the brave, and this time it favors Team Sony. So the final ball of the innings is going to be just flicking out, running behind. That's going to be four. So it's 184 made by Team Sony. The target, the chase, is 185 for Team HSBC. We're going to start with the chase very soon. We're going to see a power packed performance. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get here and get away very soon. Thank you. So we start the second innings. The chase is on, and well, right here you can see the replay. Just got it. The ball going all the way behind. It's gone for a four, and it's rolled out of the park. So we're fine. We have people looking for the ball there. Meanwhile, we get the inning started again. So 6 runs already. A wide, a single, a no ball, a single, and 4 runs. Six already on the scoreboard. So we get underway once again. Now, one is the call, quick run is needed, and they get that indeed. So, of course, 178 runs more needed. 185 is the total. Could have been 200, 200 plus, could have been 160 as well at some point, where the game was a little slower before Vishal, of course, a key factor, took over. And now we need to see who from the batsman's side, who from the batting team side can take over and do something similar. But they have to first make sure that they don't give a silly wicket away with that run out. Confusion there between the striker and the non-striker. So Jay happy with Yo so far. Now again Jay in the attack, long run up for him. There's a slight chance there, and it's gonna run for four. Well, slip there. Just watching, it was difficult. You can see the angle here. It seemed close, but it was not. So he had to dive out of his might there to probably reach that. So one ball to go, 11 in the over already. Good start for HSBC. Final ball of Jay's first over. Just a small defense goes towards mid off, and that's going to be that. So 11 of the first over. At the end of the first over of the power play, it's 11 for no loss. Second over gets underway. Rahul is the bowler with the responsibility, and straight away a huge shout, an appeal to the umpire. Not interested. He says, "Go on, continue." But well, they're getting close. A wicket in the power play is usually very, very much favorable for the bowling side. Rahul in the attack once again. Right arm fast ball goes all the way to point there. No runs. So good start to the over for Rahul. Just having a little conversation with his captain there, just trying to decide what's the approach to these two right-handers. Rahul now in the attack. Just lost his footing there maybe. Dead ball is the signal from the umpire. Missed a step probably. So we go once again. This time on target, he's hit it towards mid on, takes single, sent back from deep mid wicket. So the first single in the over, a slower start to the second over now in the power play. 12 on the board. 48 was the power play score for Team Sony, and now it's in the gap, and now it's going to roll away all the way for 4 runs. There it is, deep mid wicket. It rolls away this time, hit powerfully, cross the ground. You can see that good shot there, and that's going to go for 4 runs. That's going to find the boundary, and that's what they need. They need more of those. 48, like we were saying, was the power play score for Team Sony. Of course, they accelerated even more after the power play, if you remember, especially in over number 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, I would say at least 50, 50 plus would be an ideal power play score for Team Hsbc. And we saw in the previous match itself where 200 was the target, the other team closer to 180, at one point looking closer to 130 until a player stepped up there. Dinesh, that was. So, what it did teach us ultimately that those 20 short runs were very much dependent on how you perform in the power play. So, that is critical. And here as well, something similar. But of course, here at the Fatima ground in Ghatkopar, Mumbai, one of the premium locations to host such T20 games all across Mumbai. Mumbai is its own mecca of cricket in India. And we can see your weekdays, your weekends, your Saturdays, your Sundays, so many opportunities to play that. And just with that, I think, look at that replay. Just as we discussed that, it sliced through, it's played on, and he's nearly got his man, I think. Well, I think they thought they got him for a second there, and he used his presence of mind just in time. So it's 16 for 1, no loss. It was close. It was a good ball. Now, what does Jai have up his sleeve in the next over? 2 overs done. 16 for no loss. So Jai back for his second over now, back in the attack. Good shot played towards deep square leg, and it's sent back for 3. So 1 run saved on the boundary there. Very, very good, quick running that gets them the 3 runs. Yeah, once again, you can see he stands out very much with his long run up. You will not see him on screen, and suddenly you will. Just notice that this time. You're not going to be able to see him. He's running from way far out, and then he just comes pacing through. This time, a misstep probably. But watch once again as he takes his paces out. He counts down his steps. More professional run up, more longer run up to get the speed generated in his legs, which can then transfer the momentum to his right hand that delivers the ball. You can see the entire biomechanics right here, pacing through in your transference, and a good ball directly in the slot. So good start to this over as well. Had a couple of boundaries in the previous over towards the end, but overall he's quite on the mark. The difficulty with someone bowling so fast is that if they are on target and if they get the ball right, it's perfect. If they don't, and you get a slightly good connection, you can get a boundary using the pace against him, which is what was about to happen right here, but it's saved at the boundary. See, once again, sliding there, saving that, making the most of it. Trying to chop that. Three fielders there, recombining, reconverging, making sure that it doesn't spill out. So it's a couple of runs, 3 runs of the first ball, a dot ball, a single dot ball, no boundaries yet, an almost boundary with the first ball that went for 3 runs. So 20 is up now for HSBC in the third over. Share once again in the attack. He's gonna come charging in. Slide bouncer this time, but it's hit well. Completely squared off, and that is hit brilliantly for 4 runs. Timed it perfectly, read it well. You can see it here. Just sliced at it. Perfect square cut shot, and that's gonna go for four down the leg. That's a quality shot. That is a quality shot indeed. So he's gone for four now. 24 up. Now in the gap, this time again tried something similar, a little softer, but might just roll for a four. The outfield is fast there, the fielder is fast as well, stops it with his legs. And they're going to ask for three. Are they going to get three is the question. Happy with two there. So that is it for the third over. 26 for no loss at the end of 30 overs. And Varun and Tejas now finding their groove bit by bit. Now, we have a new bowler in the attack, Vijay, given the responsibility, going for spin now. Has a choice of option this time. Hit towards long off there. And no attempts at a single. So, interesting to go for spin in these conditions, especially during the power play in the fourth over itself, not even the fifth or sixth. That shows the confidence the captain has in the spin bowler and the conditions. So let's see how it pans out. Cut towards deep cover, fielder there, and happy to stop it and a single. We have a beautiful view of a lot of air passengers passing over our ground here, and the cameraman just flexing that a little. Now, Vijay back in the attack. Cut once again. This time the fielder's there, stops it. No singles at all. So, said, and that's caught. Well, that is exactly well. They asked the referee. He says he's caught it. Well, there is a controversy there. So they're asking the referee. They're saying he's caught it in his hands. Says that it should be out. Question is, what is the referee going to do? They're discussing amongst themselves. Look at that, sliced it, waiting. And he says that he's taken it directly in his hands there, and that seems to be a safely taken wicket. So the umpire conferred with the third umpire, and they seem to have seen a contact which is not visible in our replay. Of course, it's covered by the leg and the hand, and that has signaled it as not out. So a lucky break for Viren there. What is he going to do with it? That is the question. Defense once again, just defends it, takes it easy. Just one run in the over so far. We were speaking earlier about the choice of going for spin this early, and we spoke the confidence that it showed, and it's clearly coming to the fore now with just one run in four balls, one run in five balls. Looks like a wide now. That is a wide. So wide's been noted. A tiny extra that the batting team will be happy to take. They're not going to say no to that. It's hit now. That's going to go for four. So finally, on the final ball, they get the boundary that they wanted. Still a very, very handsome over for the power play. Goes wide, plays it, finds the gap between square and gully, and gets that quick four. So that's going to get them six of the over. So the over comes to an end for Vijay, 32 without any loss at the end of four overs. So going strong, going good so far. So now for the final over of the power play, fifth over actually, of the batting, the hero of the batting side earlier, now taking the responsibility of bowling as well. Tanmay was incredibly sharp and decisive with his quick runs, quick hits while batting. Now taking the onus of bowling. Good dot ball, but then a four. Now, can he make a comeback? Good ball there. They're asking for a single. Quick throw to the wicket keeper there. It was tight. That was tight. They reached there, but it was tight indeed. So once again, now that Cut found the gap between the gully and the slip and gets four more. You can see, cut it brilliantly, knew there was a gap there, finally threaded through the needle, and that is a well earned four. That's a good shot. That's a very good shot by Warren. So 9 runs off this over already in the power play. Not too bad, but not as good as expected, probably. Maybe Sanma wanted a little bit better for his own. And the ball now rolls back again to him. Another dot ball. Sanma now, final ball. Found the gap there once again, and that's going to roll for another four. So, a very good over for the batting team now. Three fours off it. Look at that. Towards fine leg, finds the gap, sweeps it all towards the boundary of fine leg. No fielder there. That's going to be a happy four once again. So, 5 overs come to an end, 45 for no loss. So now I would say they're ahead of the curve because if you remember, the batting team were 48 without loss at the end of power play. The current batting team now, the Chasers, have three more runs to equal that and an entire over in hand. So they're par for par, they're stride for stride. So now Vijay is back in the attack and immediately he's been hit for a maximum. You can see these are the kind of shots you want to avoid. Hits it full toss, uses all his power, drives it straight there, and that's a big six. That's a huge six. And that takes them up to 51 already. So, maximizing the power play was important. That was the first step we spoke about. They have done that. And with 5 more balls to go, well, that's going long once again. Will it clear the fence? Yes, it does. So, back to back sixes. Well, what do you say about that? 57 runs already in the power play. Two sixes now. Is the chase now turning in the favor of HSBC? They're just 28 of 17. Varun 27 of 16 there. They just before this had played 15 balls and just 16 runs. And suddenly the acceleration has come in. Two sixes completely changes the landscape of his performance. Trying to cut and find that gap once again, this time unsuccessfully. 57 already. Said anything beyond 60 would be great, would be considered awesome for the team chasing. They're just moments away from that. This time again goes to the fielder. So 6-6 dot dot. Four balls done. Two more to go. Plays smartly towards the leg side now and squeezes a single out. So good strike rotation there. Played it smartly. Cut once again, and this time it might go all the way for four once again. Yes, he's maximizing this over. He's maximizing the power play. It's up to 62 now. Vijay just doesn't have an answer for the brilliant 360 batting that is on display here between these two openers. So that is that for the over. 6 overs done. The power play has finished, and 62 at the end of the power play, hitting at 10 runs and over. Well, the required run rate has now shrunk down from 9.7 to that was almost 10 to 8.7 now. So 123 needed from 14 overs. Off to a very good start here. Varun and Tilak. Now Varun and Tejas. Now the real question is power plays ended. Fielders are going to resume their positions outside the circle. How do you approach the game now? How do you approach the chase now? Does anything change? Or do you back yourself to find the gaps in the same way and play the exact same way that has worked for you till now? Srinivasan now the bowler given the responsibility for the first over after the power play. Choice of trade, right arm spin, right arm fast. Hit down the line now. There's a fielder there coming in from deep mid wicket to long on. Saves that. Now Varun and Tejas 31 and 30 respectively. Just gauging a little now. Srinivasan ready again. And into the attack. Oh, that's very wide. That just slipped out of his hands probably, and it's gone extremely wide. So that's going to be an extra one run. Now, after the wide, he completely switches, sweeps it, lifts it over, and that goes down fine leg once again for 4 runs. Brilliant batting at display here, showboating a little, playing all sorts of shots here. Varun and Tejas, they look so confident, they look set now, and those earlier fielding opportunities of half a catch or half an opportunity might just come back in the minds of the bowling side now. So just a little bit talk there, just trying to understand what would be the best approach. Conceded 7 so far, not too bad except for the boundary at the back. 2 more balls to go. They need to start containing runs or taking wickets because these consistently, if they consistently keep conceding 9, 10, 11 runs and over, the chase will be swinging more and more in the hands of the batting team HSBC. Now, there's a fielder there. Saves that, and that's going to be another single. So, 8 runs in this over. 70 runs comes up. Now, one ball to go. They're going par for par right now with the rate at which the other team was scoring. On the money now. And just a single. So, 9 runs of the over. 71 for 7. 71 for no loss at the end of 7 overs. So Tanmay now given the responsibility for his second over. There's a shout there. And well, has he got bad or has he got bat? The umpire answers the question by nodding and saying it's bad. For a moment, there was some joy on the faces of the fielders there. Tanmay once again now. It's in the air. That's a big one. That's hit for a maximum. Yes, that's cleared the fence. And that's going to be a big one, a maximum 6. You can see once again. Try to wait for it on the back foot, uses his power, just launches it up, and that's going to travel for a 6. Good shot once again. Found the gap, the appreciation from the team, and well, 80 comes up. Uses that 6 and now a 4. So really good cricketing shots at display here. At this rate, the chase is just looking like a number. They are happily, hungrily chasing down. Something's got to give. Something's got to change for Team Sony. They need to break this partnership ASAP if they wish to stand a chance to defend their score. 81 up already. So that is the end of the over for Tanmay. 2 overs up for Tanmay, 24 given so far. And at the end of 8 overs, it's 82 without loss. Tejas on 31, Varun on 48. Come back with a good ball now. And well, there it is. The 50 comes up for Varun, comes completes his two, and his teammates are appreciating that. He's played and he's deserved very well all the applause he's getting. 50 runs in just 28 balls. He is single handedly turning the tide of this chase in the favor of his team. 84 up on the scoreboard. Srinivasan now trying to unlock something, trying to find answers. That's in the air, but there'll be no one near it. The field is converging. Two is easy. Running fast, quick. Easy two. Easy two for them. Now Srinivasan back in the attack. Second over going on. Wider ball this time, and wide is a signal from the umpire. So an extra. Extras need to be avoided for sure. Especially in a chase like this, they don't want to give too many extras away. Now once again, higher option this time, goes down the line, goes towards long off there, and another run there. So So an overthrow there that results in an additional run. 89 on the board already. 8.3. Srinivasan on the attack. This time he's asking a question, but that seemed to be going down the line anyway, down the leg side. Doesn't really be hitting the stumps there. And the umpire just waves it off. Not been able to get a breakthrough yet. The openers still comfortably at the crease. 96 now needed. That's in the air. Well, that's going to travel, maybe. Is it not? No, it's not. But it's still in no man's land. And they're going to take a single. Maybe two. That was a half chance, but there was no fielder around there to grab that, take that wicket, which would have probably been an important moment in this game. At the end of the 10th over, it's 93 without loss and a quick drinks break before the chase continues once again. 92 needed in the next 10 overs. So we get underway once again with the chase and immediately starting with the second phase of the innings for the 11th over. Right off the bat, well, that is a big one. You can see that goes all the way up and over. One bounce. Four. So to start where they left off. This time, Tejas taking the onus and once again in a similar area. Will it be stopped in time? Yes, good fielding there. Very good fielding. 2 runs should be up. So yet again, a 4 and 2. The page now with his first over for taking the onus of the middle overs. Facing the attack now. And there, well, he's got his man. He's finally got the breakthrough. He's finally got his man. That is exactly what they wanted. And they've got the big man, Warren. You can see here. There it is. He's got him. The wickets just come float. And, well, that could be the lifeline for the chase for Sony. And HSBC need to regroup and go again. They've lost the big man. Really, really good innings by Varun. Gets out for 63 there. So we go once again. That is the first wicket of the innings, of course. Brilliant ball by Dipesh, and right off when he takes his first over, first few balls itself gets hit for a four, then two. Did not lose hope, did not give up. He trusted his length and line, he trusted his end goal, and with that gets the wicket. Well, that's in the air now. Nobody there towards mid off. So 4-2 single. Tejas now on the strike. Himanshu on the other end. This time goes towards long on, and that'll be a single. So now, if they can maintain the run rate that they were clinging on to, the batting side, they don't have much to worry about. They have 9 more wickets in hand. But of course, if it slows down or if they lose another few wickets, which is what Team Sony would want, then the match could swing once again. That time, just play towards fine leg there. Fielder there in the deep, making sure it's only a single. So that ends the first over for the base. Just 9 of it, considering a wicket as well. 102 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 11 overs. So now in the attack this time, Dinesh takes the responsibility. Now his first over. Good ball to begin with. So 108 now. Tejas at 33. Himanshu on 3. Now Tejas has the onus of making sure he has the anchor in position in this chase. Probably give Himanshu more freedom to go after the big shots, the big guns, which might give them some leeway back in the chase. 77 needed, not very off now. They have a lot of balls in hand. 8.4 overs still left. Back to the bowler there, and well, thinking about an overthrow run. But they need to make sure they're calm now. Just a couple of singles now after the earlier wide that went before. Those ones, pinch a lot when you get 5 runs off no balls almost. Now it's in the air. It's up. Will it travel? That's the question. Yes, it will. It does travel, and that is a maximum. That is a six. That's a huge six. Look at that. It got the flight, it got the elevation, and it traveled all the way. Very well hit. Very well timed as well. Used his footwork, opened the face of his bat, goes long, and that's a big six. Just 70 more now. Himanshu now on strike again. That was close. Cut it a little bit. There is a third man there. So we'll make sure nothing doing this time. Dinesh now to Himanshu once more. Final ball of the over. Hit it down the line. The fielder will be there to cover it off. Stops it at a single. And that's going to be that. So 12 runs of the over. 14 of the over. Expensive over considering all things that have been involved in the chase. 69 runs now needed in 8 balls. 8 overs. Rahul is a new bowler now. What is his approach going to be? That is the question. No major changes in the fielding as well. Rahul, fast approach now. Nobody towards mid wicket. Of course, the ball just slowly meandering there. It is the hands of the fielder. So single of the first ball gets Tejas on strike. Himanshu, of course, hitting more freely with the shots in the previous over, as we predicted and as we saw ourselves as well. Now in the attack, this time hits it full toss. No ball has been asked, signaled as well. So, well, that's going to be another extra then. That's a single off the no ball. So, free hit now. That is a huge opportunity. That is the opportunity they would want to make something about. Maybe go for one of the big shots. The bowler now knows that it's a free hit. What is he going to do? What option will he go for? There it is. There it goes. And that clears the fence for four more runs. Well, makes the maximum of that four runs of the boundary there on the free hit. And net, that is 4 plus 2, 6 runs. 6 runs and then one ball because of the no ball and the free hit. Rahul once again now. Nobody is able to stop these batsmen. They're just unloading step by step, getting those boundaries, chasing this huge total as if it's nothing. And this time it's a wide ball. Good shot once again. She takes a single there. That's hit down the line. And the player there at long off this time. Just making sure there's nothing more than that. Well, 126 on the board now. 59 runs needed. That's a big shot. That's a maximum shot, and that goes huge out of the park. That one. Well, that's the best of the day. Look at that. It's ready for it. Steps to it. Leg side. Smashes it out of the park. Best shot we've seen all day, and that is a well-deserved six. 53 now needed in 7 overs. The chase is truly in the hands now. Himanshu 22 of 11, Tejas 36 of 28. Good fielding here this time. Third man was up, shot. Make sure that there is no run there. A very expensive over, nevertheless. 132 for one at the end of 13 overs. Now, Dipesh back in the attack. He had a good over last time, his first over, which conceded only 9 runs and got an important wicket, the only wicket so far as well. Can he find the breakthrough once again? And this time it goes for a maximum. So that's a big six. Immediate reply to Dipesh after the wide. That's going to be a big six. You can see the confidence with which the batters are playing right now, the rhythm that they have going for those big sixes immediately. And well, the chase is just getting more and more in the hands unless there are a few wickets that Team Sony can take. Hsbc really have this chase in their hands as of now. We reach 146. We're just 4 runs away from the 150 mark. It's just 39 runs more now and 6 more overs. You can see the acceleration with which they're playing. They probably need another 3 overs at max. They've really taken the chase by the neck here and played extremely well. Himanshu since coming in 23 of 13. Tejas as well 48. He is near his 50 because we had another batter, the opener, contribute 64 himself. Outstanding chase, outstanding batting performance at display here, and nothing you can say about that. Maybe a little tighter in the field. That's a good ball. That's a good start to the over there for Srinivasan. Srinivas in the attack now again. Flighted ball this time. That was close. Well, that was close. You can see the expression on his face. He knows that could have maybe on another day gone his way and given him a wicket there. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck. You can't give up. You have to keep trying, and luck will then swing your way. Sam, great shot towards the leg side. The fielder's there. It's going to cap off at a single. Good fielding in the deep there. So, 2 runs of the first 3 balls. Tejas now on strike. 49 runs for Tejas. Tejas now finds the gap, and there will be his 50. His 50 comes up. The bench is applauding once again. Second player now already on his 50. A very well played 50. Well deserved innings here. Masterful innings by Tejas. And Himanshu now on 24. Maybe thinking about his 50 as well. We don't know. Been an excellent viewing. Flighted once again now. Cutting across, square to all the way to deep point. That's another single. So just single so far, single dot, single. 4 runs in the over so far, 5 balls done, 1 ball to go. Fairly economical over this one. They need a fair few more of these. There's going to be another over for Srinivas after this, probably immediately after the next one, because they need him to contain runs right now. But the bottom line is 35 runs, 5 overs. Currently, it favors the batting team. 35, 34 runs in just 30 balls. It is very much in their hands now. Unless a few crucial wickets fall through, unless the dominoes completely crumbles, unless there is something up the sleeve of the team Sony that we do not know about. So they've opted for Tanmay to be the one to take the 16th over, start the final 5 death overs now to defend 34. This is a gargantuan task for bowling side now to defend this. But it's not over till it's over. Just a couple of wickets, just a little bit of luck could change the fortune completely. Good shot now towards square. There's a fielder there. They're looking for two there. And that's really quick running. That's really, really good running there. A little loose in the fielding there. Needs to be a little bit more aggressive, intentful. 32 now. 32 of 29. Oh, that was close. Well, that is the kind of ball where sometimes on a lucky day it squeezes in and gets you a wicket. That is what you need in a situation like this. Well, Tanmay now sweeps it towards fine leg. Well, is there someone? Yes, there is a fielder. Caps it to on a single. So 3 runs off the first 3 balls now. Himanshu now on strike. He's gonna go for something heavy. We know that. He's gonna try, and he goes down the line. The fielder there trying to get there in time. Yes, he does. Single this time. Fielder coming in from long off. 30 runs now. Smashed it this time. Fielder taking control. Once again, limiting to a single. Short third man there. So, good over so far. Just 5 runs off it. No. 5 runs off it. Last ball of the over for Tanmay. And he gets his wicket. He gets what he wanted. He gets the important man, Himanshu, who's going for the biggies. This is what we're talking about. This is where sometimes luck can favor you and changes come like these. Look at that. He gets him out. Bowl them. That is what they were waiting for. Himanshu a little frustrated with that. But he's done good for the team. He's done his job. And, well, Tejas is still at the crease. So, with that, we end the over 156 for 2 at the end of 16 overs. So now, just as we predicted, Srinivas has been given the opportunity to lead this over, and immediately that starts with a single and another single. So singles are good. Singles are what they want, and of course, Pranav being the new batter at the crease, they would want to target him, probably get him more on strike, and they know he might try to go for the big ones. Now, can they get another wicket? Can Srinivasan strike this time against long off? So singles are loading, which is of course good news for the batting team. 26 now needed in 21. Still very much comfortably in the hands of team Hsbc. They need a couple of more wickets. They need dot balls, team Sony here. Singles are good, but singles are not perfect because it's not 40 runs. But there was a shout there, but wide. Wide is the call. The middle overs where they accelerated are now paying off for them because even if they're slowing down a little here, or even if the death bowlers are now coming into effect, it's really just too low a total to protect. And especially if you remember the last 2 to 3 overs of their batting, the team Sony, they scored about 4 runs in the last 10 balls, 10 to 12 balls. They scored only 4 runs, and that is something which might just come back to bite them because it could have easily been 20 more runs, at least 15 more runs, and it would have been now 39 from 20 balls. That is basically the entire picture here. Two wides given now. They cannot afford extras. They've given two wides away. 24 now from 21. Good ball now, fine leg, and that might just roll all the way for 4 runs. And that goes for four. That goes for four. Two fielders converging there, trying their best to save that. They put their body on the line, but it's so fine and it's so fast, the outfield there, that it just rushes away for four. So now 20 needed of 20 balls. Flighted opportunity now. Could have had maybe taken it as a full toss, maybe if he stepped to it. Chose not to, Pranav there. But that fine four that he just scored before this really goes a long way. 20 of 19. This is going to be close. This is going to go right down to the wire unless someone just chooses to step up and make the match their own. More likely, the batters here, with the confidence that they've had this afternoon, are probably going to do that. With that, the over comes to an end. The spell for Srinivas comes to an end as well. 4 overs done. No wickets, but 32 runs only. He has had a good spell, especially considering so many others today. It's 166 for the loss of 2 wickets at 17 overs. 3 overs to go, 18 balls to go, and 19 runs needed. In the bag, not really, but favoring Team HSBC for sure. So now, Tanmay given the opportunity once again. He took a crucial wicket before. Could spin again. He's been given the responsibility and the opportunity to own this match. If he can do something, he'll probably get a wicket or maybe even two. That's something they need. But it's difficult. There is a lot of pressure at this point. Wide. They asked for the nick there. They asked for the edge, and the referee, the umpire, says wide. So now 18 from 17. That's hit well, and that's gonna go out of the park well. They take a bow to that brilliant shot hit by Pranam, and that is the youth six. So that takes it all the way up to 12 runs required, only 173 up. Just 12 more needed. Remember the two sixes in the end there of the first innings. Otherwise, it was close to 177, 76, 78. It was hovering around that, if not for the sixes. 12 runs needed now. 16 balls in hand. Good wicket keeping there. Very good wicket keeping there. 12 from 15. This is close, but we know it's probably a 75-25 at this point. If it was a 7 or 8 down, it would be a completely different game. But still, the fighting spirit of Team Sony, the way they're converging, the way they are going about the field setting, the way they've kept the fielding tight wherever they can. That's in the air. Well, where will it go? Oh, that was an opportunity and he's dropped that. He has dropped that. Has he dropped the match? That was a chance. That was a huge chance. You can see here once again. It was in his hands. It was not well hit. It was in his hands and it just completely topped down. And that had to be taken. That had to be taken. That cost them a single. That cost them a run and a wicket. So that is the end of Tanmay's over and Tanmay's spell as well. It's 10 runs now needed from 12 balls. They need a 6 and a 4 or even two sixes. Anything can do the job. So now it's crunch time and Vijay is going to be bowling this over to Tejas, who has completely claimed the match towards the end. And now he goes fine leg once again, and that should go behind for 4. That is hit brilliantly. Brilliantly played. He knew what he was going to do from the get go. He saw the field placement. Look at that. He steps out, just uses the ball, guides it, sweeps across, fine leg, goes for 4 runs. Well, that was outstanding. So now 6 runs needed in 11 balls. Maybe next ball could be the last one. Maybe 62 runs now for Tejas. Goes for the big one. Doesn't get the hit right this time. Doesn't get the hit as he wants it to. 6 from 10. And again, this time, maybe he's found the gap there, has he? Not yet. It's just going to be a single. So 5 runs he still needed from 9. That gets Pranav on strike. 2 brilliant sixes we've already seen from Pranav. Vijay bowling to Pranav now. Just getting the spacing right. This is close. It's 5 runs now needed from 9 balls. Almost done, probably. Yes. Two good hitters on the crease. Vijay, what can he pull out? Towards mid wicket, that one. And that's going to be a single. Well, they're taking it easy. They're taking the singles. They're fine with that. So just 4 more needed now. Is he going to go fine leg again? Maybe third man? You don't know. You see what is in his mind, and we can't see into his mind. Only he knows. But he's up at 63, and he needs just 4 more. And this time, another good ball by Vijay. So, 4 runs needed from 7. Well, that's another good ball. So, a very good end to the over. 6 runs off it, and 4 needed now in the next 6 balls. Pretty much still in the hands of Team HSBC, but a very, very good end to the over by Vijay. 181 for 2, 19 overs done, 6 balls to go. So now, final over. Jai goes for a fast one this time. Just 4 runs needed. They come for a single, they get a single. So, 3 runs needed of 5 balls. Very much still in the pocket of HSBC. But the more the bowling team can extend it, the more better they feel about it. Jai has shown his pace early in the innings. He's shown us what he can do. Just 2 overs bowled by him so far. Couldn't control the runs even though the bowling was good. But the thing about his pace is, in such a ground, if you use the pace well, it immediately goes for 4 or 6. And I guess that was the reason. Now, Jay in the attack, slowing down a little. The batter not ready there. So, 3 runs needed from 5 balls. This is cinema, alright. This is power back action. This is what cricket, T20 cricket brings to you. Jay in the attack now. Again towards mid wicket. Single is the call. And they get another single. So 2 runs now needed from 4. So 2 from 4. They look comfortable. Pranav and Tejas. As long as they get their hits in, there is gap towards mid wicket. There is gap towards mid on. Once again, you can see Jay just stumbling a little before he puts the ball in. He knows he needs to see the movement. Probably he's trying to be cheeky there, trying to see the movement of the batsman, trying to see where he moves. And Tejas and Pranav, both of them are aware of that. So Pranav not giving him an inch there, staring him down, ready for it. So Jay once again now. Where is he gonna go? What option now? Once again, this time the batsman. This time the batter doing the exchange well. Petty tit for tat going on. Two balls left, but both of them. Jay now on the attack. Oh, there was a chance there. Well, there was a chance. That's one for the over. That's what they signal well. Jay knows his opponent. He knows he was going to come and hit for that. That was one for the over, but there was a chance of run out there. I think the keeper realized that a little late. So, two runs needed of three balls now. Two of three. This is closer than we thought it would be. I'm sure Pranav has a four or six in his mind now. He's going to try and end it on a high. And he goes for exactly that. He goes for a big one, and that is a six. There he ends it. He goes for that big one, and there it is. The winners in front of you, HSBC, right with one ball to spare. 8 wickets in hand. They win the game by 8 wickets. And you can see the replay here. This was the finishing shot. Faster ball again. He expected that, stayed in his crease, and hit it for six. For four, actually. It was a four in the end when you look at it, but HSBC have won it and brilliantly played. Congratulations to both the teams. Very well played. Great cricket seen from both teams, but ultimately there had to be just one winner, and this time it was HSBC. Well, this is it for the stream of the second game here for the Corporate League, brought to you by Jfsc at Fatima Ground Ghatkopar. Hope you enjoyed. There's more action coming your way. Don't go anywhere. But for now, this is it for this stream. Thank you for joining with us. Bye bye.